Is Kapil Mishra proving in some senses to be Arvind Kejriwal's Katappa from movie Bahubali? What we've seen now is Kapil Mishra, who till very recently was one of the closest associates of Arvind Kejriwal, one of the most outspoken critics of the BJP and a minister in the Kejriwal cabinet, now level very serious allegations against Kejriwal. Today he did a press conference in which he says that Arvind Kejriwal's brother-in-law received contracts from Satyendra Jain, another minister in the AAP cabinet. These contracts were illegal, there were fictitious bills, fraud, all manner of scams involved. Arvind Kejriwal's brother-in-law died this morning. So he is no longer around, but these charges are being flung at him. Kejriwal's wife is very upset, saying, "My brother just passed away. Why is his name being dragged into this mess?" In the midst of all of this, the Economic Offences Wing is probing the charges that have been levelled against Kejriwal's now deceased brother-in-law. And from what we've gathered, by looking at RTI applications, by looking at the case files, it seems there are some very serious questions Kejriwal and his brother-in-law would have had to answer.
कपिल मिश्रा के माध्यम से जो खेल चल रहा है, वो खेल आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार का उत्पीड़न करने का चल रहा है।
Over 24 hours after the most damning bribery charges comes the Aam Aadmi Party's big counter. When the bribery exploded on Sunday, all that the Aam Aadmi Party could do was stay in denial.
ये बात मैंने बताई थी कल उनको और उसके बाद उनसे कहा था कि अब मुख्यमंत्री जी मंत्रिमंडल में फेरबदल कर रहे हैं। अब उसके बाद आज जिस तरह के आरोप, बेबुनियाद आरोप उन्होंने लगाए, उसके बारे में अब मैं क्या कहूं? वो तो बात जवाब देने लायक भी नहीं है। कोई इस पर यकीन नहीं कर सकता।
But now, in an attempt to save their sinking ship, the Aam Aadmi Party apex team has called sacked Mantri Kapil Mishra BJP's Trojan horse.
कपिल मिश्रा के माध्यम से जो खेल चल रहा है, वो खेल आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार का उत्पीड़न करने का चल रहा है। वो खेल अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी के मंत्रियों का उत्पीड़न करने का चल रहा है। वो खेल कहीं ना कहीं एक बड़ी गहरी साजिश का हिस्सा है। इसलिए कि लगातार कपिल मिश्रा वही बातें कह रहे हैं जो पिछले दिनों से, महीनों पहले से लगातार बीजेपी के लोग करते आ रहे हैं और केंद्र की सरकार जो काम कर रही है उसी बात को वो लगातार अब बोलने के लिए सामने आ रहे हैं।
A day after making the 2 crore rupee bribery allegations on Kejriwal, Kapil Mishra met the Anti-Corruption Bureau presenting proof of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the water tanker scam.
बीजेपी का एजेंट हूं, मोदी का एजेंट हूं और बीजेपी और मोदी जी के इशारे पे काम कर रहा हूं। मैं एक बात पूरे देश के कार्यकर्ता जानते हैं, अगर कोई एक आदमी आम आदमी पार्टी में डंके की चोट पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ बोला है, मोदी जी की नीतियों के खिलाफ बोला है, तो उसका नाम कपिल मिश्रा है।
But surprising, the letter that he submitted did not have any mention of the 2 crore bribe that Kejriwal allegedly accepted from Satyendra Jain.
एसीबी भारी दबाव में है। एसीबी अरविंद केजरीवाल को फंसाना चाहती है। एसीबी अरविंद केजरीवाल का नाम बार बार उनसे उगलवाना चाहती है, उनका नाम डलवाना चाहती है।
But the man of the hour, Arvind Kejriwal, is still silent.
आज केजरीवाल की और उनके लोगों की पोल कपिल मिश्रा खोल रहे हैं, कल हो सकता है केजरीवाल कपिल मिश्रा की कोई पोल खोले। तो ये तो सरकार में ठीक नहीं चल रहा। असली बात तो ये है,
तीनों का लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट होना चाहिए। कपिल मिश्रा भी करें, केजरीवाल भी करें और सत्येंद्र जैन भी करें, ताकि सच की सच लोगों के सामने आए।
ये पहले लगता था मुझे, जब मेरे साथ में था उस टाइम पर मुझे लगता था कि अरविंद ऐसा भ्रष्टाचार वगैरह नहीं कर सकेगा, लेकिन आज है मंत्री उनके मंत्रिमंडल से चले गए, तब से मेरा विश्वास उठ गया कि वो जो अरविंद था पहले, आज वो अरविंद मुझे दिखाई नहीं देता।
The man who propelled himself into national prominence, riding on the promise of corruption-free politics, today stands in the dock for doing exactly the opposite of what he pledged. And his silence only prompting one question. Was Kejriwal wearing an Aam Aadmi mask all this while? With Ankit Tyagi, Ilma Hassan and Ashutosh in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
I've been able to access details of the FIR that's been registered by the Economic Offences Wing of the Delhi Police looking into these charges against Surinder Kumar Bansal, who's the brother-in-law of Arvind Kejriwal. He's now dead, but he has very serious charges against him. The charge is that in 2015-16, Satyendra Jain, who was the Public Works Department Minister, helped him get contracts for road construction. That contract was given at much lower prices than genuine, and in turn orders were given out to subcontractors, and we've got RTI details that show that those subcontractors didn't exist. There's an RTI application saying that there's this subcontractor. The name of the subcontractor has come out through this RTI. Renu Construction is the name of the company, which was run by Surinder Bansal. It gave contracts to Mahadev Impex. Now the PWD department in an RTI has come out and said that Mahadev Impex does not exist, and that the 13 invoices on different dates from the 3rd of April 2015 to the 26th of June 2015 are non-existent. They are bogus. Here, with reference to the above, this is the RTI. It is submitted that an inquiry was conducted based on the inputs. It is provided that no firm exists in the name of Mahadev Impex. At this address, it is pertinent to mention that the dealer has found, and it says that all these bills, bill number 16, 17, 18, 19 of Mahadev Impex, are not verified. Now, unlike other channels, I don't believe in jumping to conclusions. You've got an RTI application which says that a company to which a contract was given by Kejriwal's brother-in-law submitted bills which the PWD department says are fake, bogus bills, in an RTI reply from Kejriwal's own government. And you've got the Chief Minister who's so far completely silent. 36 hours. Here's and again I'm saying, unlike other channels, I don't believe in instant prosecutions or instant convictions. But there is deafening silence from Arvind Kejriwal. Is Arvind Kejriwal guilty of double standards? One on charges leveled by him and one set of charges on allegations leveled against him. Joining us on the Newsroom showdown tonight, Ashutosh is one of Kejriwal's closest associates. Remember, Sir Kapil Mishra also was a very close associate till very recently. Sambit Patra is representing the BJP. With us also is Sanjay Jha from the Congress. I want to go to Ashutosh first. Ashutosh, Kapil Mishra's charges, and I have the EOW FIR, and we'll take it one by one. While we wait for the Delhi police to complete its investigation, why have we not heard from Arvind Kejriwal so far? 36 hours later, deafening silence is all we get from a man who claims to be the paragon of virtue, integrity and probity in public life?
राहुल, आज मुझे बहुत तकलीफ और पीड़ा के साथ ये कहना पड़ रहा है कि अरुण पुरी का चैनल जो है, आज उसने इतनी संवेदनशीलता भी नहीं दिखाई है कि जिस दिन सुरेंद्र बंसल जिनके ऊपर आरोप लगे हैं, आज उनकी मृत्यु हुई है। आज सुबह जब से उनके ऊपर ये आरोप लगा, वो लगातार शॉक में थे और पिछले 15 दिनों से वो आईसीयू में भर्ती थे। थोड़ा सा तो कम से कम उनके परिवार के बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि आज उनका परिवार क्या सोच रहा, किस तकलीफ में जा रहा। और अगर ये आप लोग आज उसी दिन कर रहे हैं तो मेरे पास तो कोई शब्द नहीं है कि मैं बता सकूं कि ये इसके बारे में क्या कहा जाए। कम से कम मैंने आपके चैनल से ये उम्मीद नहीं की थी। बाकी बहुत सारे चैनल हैं जो इस तरीके से पत्रकारिता करते हैं। इतनी तो मर्यादा, इतनी तो संवेदनशीलता एक एंकर के नाते और एक संपादक के नाते आपके अंदर भी होनी चाहिए और आपके चैनल के अंदर होनी चाहिए। दूसरी बात, खैर अब आपने सवाल पूछा है तो मैं उसका जवाब भी दूंगा। कल से मैं लगातार ये सुन रहा हूं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल के ऊपर 2 करोड़ पैसे लेने का आरोप है। आप लोग बार बार दूसरे लोगों से पूछते हैं भाई आपके पास सबूत क्या है। आपने एक भी बार क्या कपिल मिश्रा से पूछा कि आपके पास सबूत क्या है ये कहने के लिए? आप लोग इस तरीके से प्रचारित कर रहे हैं जैसे कि मान लो कि दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा सच यही है। इफ दिस इज ट्रूथ, वी हैव बीन आस्किंग मिस्टर कपिल मिश्रा, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट टाइम डिड यू गो एंड व्हाट टाइम डिड यू मीट हिम? ही इज नॉट आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन because he knows he had never been to Arvind Kejriwal on that particular day. You expect Arvind Kejriwal to reply to such baseless argument? I hope you would have done some basic homework. Again, in the evening, the Kapil Mishra got so shameless. The day, a few hours back, the man died. कुछ घंटों पहले उनकी मौत हुई और शाम को 4-5 बजे बैठ के फिर वही आरोप दोहरा रहे हैं। अरे राजनीति के अंदर अगर इतनी संवेदनशीलता नहीं है, अगर इतना लिहाज नहीं है, तो मेरे पास तो कोई शब्द नहीं। मैं आपको क्या बोलूं?
At all points in time, the Aam Aadmi Party wants to sit on a high moral pulpit and lecture to the rest of the world. You know, this question's been asked of you and your party very often. Aapne kab maryada ka khayal rakha hai that you're asking this question, and I do condole his death. You know, there can be no going away from the fact. You made some point. Let me respond. There can be no going away from the fact that it's sad, that it's unfortunate that his brother-in-law has passed away. It's also a fact that there is a economic offences wing investigation against him, and that these charges have been leveled, and these charges are very serious. And RTI replies are saying that the bills submitted by the company to which this contract was given are fake. This is in an RTI response from the Public Works Department Ministry, which is run by Satyendra Jain. I want to go across to Sambit Patra. Now, Ashutosh has an important point, and I don't think anybody can go away from the fact that the Kejriwal family at this time is in mourning. His wife's brother passed away. He's the man against whom charges are being leveled. Is Kapil Mishra being completely unfair here? Because yes, I can see where Ashutosh is coming from. It's a fair point he makes that there's been a death in the family. That's the time that Kapil Mishra is saying it's this brother who's died, who's taken this money. Is it improper? And B, what do you make of Kejriwal's silence? Should he be allowed to mourn at this time?
See, first and foremost, I agree with you that we all have to be extremely sensitive in death, and death should never be politicized. And I would at the outset pray for the departed soul, and I would say that may he rest in peace, Surinder Bansalji. Because he is no more, I would not like to bring his name over here in the debate. But remember, it is not a question to Mr. Bansal, who is no more with us. It is a question to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is the Chief Minister of Delhi. And the question to Arvind Kejriwal is that, look, probity and honesty, these are perpetual character of a politician. Because 24 hours into 7, a Chief Minister is a Chief Minister of the state. Chief Minister does not have his own personal life. Well, yes, Mr. Bansal, he was a private citizen, and that's the reason as to why I mourn for him. But for Mr. Kejriwal, he has no excuse. Because 24 into 7, you have to show your honesty, you have to be impeccable, you have to have probity. And remember, a person who came riding on a wave that I will bring in alternative politics, that I would wipe out corruption. Today, remember, it's not the Bharatiya Janata Party which has pointed fingers towards Arvind Kejriwal. It is one of his own family members, one of his own blue-eyed boy, one of his own cabinet minister. Even if he was one of the liked members of Aam Aadmi Party, that would not have been as serious. But he was a cabinet minister in Arvind Kejriwal's government, in the Delhi government. That's why when all these issues are brought into the fore, they are of prime importance. That's a good question,
Sambit Patra, to which you must respond. He says if these charges leveled by Kapil Mishra are true, then why isn't Kapil Mishra telling us what time did he meet Arvind Kejriwal? When did he come to his house? He says, I'm willing to make CCTV images public. Why is Kapil Mishra not telling me what specific time did he come to Kejriwal's house?
Rahul, first and foremost, these questions are to be answered by Kapil Mishra. Number two, it seems in the press conference today, Kapil Mishra has said that he would move with some incriminating evidences to the CBI tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. So we all have to wait for the tomorrow. But the bigger and the larger question is, look, as far as this particular case of improbity is concerned, you have papers with you. 2.5 months ago, when all these things was going on through the economic offence wing, a case was registered in the Mandir Marg police station of Delhi, if I'm right, and all these questions were raised 2.5 months ago. So there are certain importance which are attached to these allegations. These allegations do find resonance, number one. Number two, as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, I always call them the abusing and the accusing party. Right from the day one, they have abused, they have accused, and then they wanted resignation of every single politician because they felt that they are the torch bearers of probity. But
good
today,
point. Let Ashutosh respond before I go to Sanjay Jha. You know, this is not a charge that's being levelled by Sambit Patra or by Arun Jaitley or anybody else. This is a charge being levelled by somebody who till just last week was in Kejriwal's own cabinet. You can't now make it seem as if this man doesn't matter, that this man is mad, he's lost his marbles, he's lost his mind. You're saying all of this. He is your own person. He's not from Rahul Gandhi's party. He's not Sanjay Jha or Sambit Patra who's saying this. Still, he's with you. He's a great man. He's an anti-corruption crusader. When he speaks against you, acts as a whistleblower, suddenly he becomes a rotten apple.
Rahul, I think you have forgotten that what Kirti Azad has said about Arun Jaitley a few months back, and he had been saying this about the DDCA scam for a very, very long time. Well, Mr. R.K. Singh was the ex-Home Secretary and also
no, one second. So you're saying you're at the same level as the BJP? No, you're saying you're now at the same level as the BJP. Aren't you on a higher moral pedestal?
Rahul, let me complete. No, Rahul, let me complete. You can ask any question, but let me complete. R.K. Singh has openly said that during the Bihar elections, the tickets were sold by 5 crores and 10 crores. They were the members of the BJP. Now, I'm asking a simple question, that why Mr. Kapil Mishra, where was his morality, where was his integrity and honesty when he was the minister? Why did not come out then? Why he came out when he was sacked? Because he could not handle the water distribution in the Delhi, and without any iota of evidence. You have been running for the last 36 hours.
Sanjay Jha, is this a fair point, fair defense by the AAP, that where was Kapil Mishra when he was in the cabinet? Why is he speaking out now that Kejriwal has sacked him? One second, let Sanjay Jha come in before I go back to Sambit Patra. Sanjay.
Yeah, Rahul, firstly, I would like to convey my condolences to the family of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and Ashutosh, I would like it if you conveyed it forward to him from our side. I just want to make one short point, Rahul. End of day, I think Mr. Kejriwal is a very seasoned politician. I'm sure he also knows that in politics, sometimes perception becomes more overriding than even the reality of life. In that case, I think it's critical because in the allegations that have been made against him, there are obviously 2 or 3 people who know the real truth. Now, as a Chief Minister of Delhi, and he still has got 3 years ahead of him, he's got only 2 choices. If he's really guilty, then, end of day, I think the law will take its own course. I don't think there will be any escape routes for him. If he's not guilty, it's in his own interest to try and, have a very expeditious, transparent, independent panel investigation and make sure that he comes out unscathed. End of day, I think in politics, you'd get rehabilitated if you are truly, not guilty. So end of day, it's
important. Is that not a fair point, Ashutosh? Is this not something Arvind Kejriwal himself has said in the past? That till you're proven innocent, you should step aside, resign till there's a CBI probe. He said this to so many leaders in the past. Why should that not be said of him today?
But Rahul, I think you are a seasoned journalist, and every time Arvind Kejriwal has accused somebody, he had documents with you. The example is Rawat Badra. The case is still pending. The example is Arun Jaitley. DDCA, there were thousands of pages available. On that basis, there have been the cases are going on. Now here is a man who acted as a Brutus, had no evidence at all. He just making a oral statement, and his oral statement has been taken as a gospel truth by a seasoned journalist like you and your channel. At least I had not expected something from your channel.
I have documents, Ashutosh. Why now, if I start quoting from those documents, you'll say that Surinder Kumar Bansal died, and therefore don't say this just now. And if I start quoting from the documents and the economic offences wing investigation, you will say that, he's just died, be sensitive, don't quote from the document. Is it or is it not a fact that Renu Construction Company is a company that was owned by Surinder Kumar Bansal? Is it or is it not a fact that Surinder Kumar Bansal is the brother-in-law or was the brother-in-law of Arvind Kejriwal? Is it or is it not a fact that this company was given contracts by Satyendra Jain, who was PWD Minister? Which of these is not a fact? I can quote many more facts to you from these documents that I've been studying, but when I do so, you say the man has just died. Don't take this up today.
Can I come in? Can I come in? Can I come in?
You must.
I think you started your anchoring by saying this, that I am not the person, I am not the channel who jumps to the conclusion and prosecute the person. This is just an FIR. And I just want to remind you, a few days back, Commando Surender's FIR had been quashed by the High Court. Akhilesh Pati Tripathi's case has been rejected.
Not just the FIR, Ashutosh. It's not just the FIR. I see what you're saying, but it's not just the FIR. Let me show you. This is the RTI. I have an RTI. This is the mail that's been sent across to them, saying that this is the Public Works Department of Delhi. We're asking you for details about this company, Impex. Now, in the reply, and I want to quote to you, bill number 16, 17, 18, 25, 26, 34, 76, 77, 82, 141, 142, 152, 156 of MS Mahadev Impex sent by you are not verified. Those bills are not correct. It also says over here that this company has not filed its returns. They're saying that, look at this, it is observed that no firm exists at that address. So you've got a very serious charge, Ashutosh. You've got a charge being leveled against a company to which a contract was given by Satyendra Jain. That contract is linked back to Arvind Kejriwal's brother-in-law. In an RTI response, it is said that that company doesn't exist. No firm exists by that name and style, Mahadev Impex Holding, TIN, at the branch office situated at B22 Industrial Area, Sonipat. The company doesn't exist. The bills that have been submitted, the copies of the bills are fake. Now, these are very, I'm not, and I'm saying this again, Ashutosh, and I want to welcome Asim Ahmed Khan, AAP MLA, to this broadcast. And I'm saying this is not necessarily a conviction. These are questions. To those questions, there must be answers. Surinder Bansal, unfortunately, is no longer here, so he can't answer these questions.
Can I answer?
So far is
can I answer?
Yes, Ashutosh, you must go.
Can I answer? Can I answer?
Yes.
Can I answer? Rahul, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed,
yeah,
because I thought when you started, you said you are not the person, your channel is not the one which prosecutes. Let me complete. But what you are saying right now, you are insinuating, you are throwing innuendos, and you are already
one second, Ashutosh, one second. Don't preach to me, please.
Is a case of corruption.
Ashutosh, don't stand on a fake pulpit and preach, okay? I'm quoting. I'm not insinuating any innuendo. I'm quoting from an RTI application. This is the response. So for heaven's sakes, just listen to yourself, stop preaching to others, follow the same, have the same expectations of yourself as you do of others. An RTI response says that the bills submitted by this company were fake. We've not heard any response. You should follow the same set of standards. No, you're not following the same standards. Asim Ahmed Khan is an MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party. He's joining us on this broadcast, Mr. Khan. Ashutosh is saying, don't ask these questions just now. Surinder Bansal has passed away. And at one level, I agree with him. You know, somebody's just passed away. For Kapil Mishra to raise these questions at this time is wrong. And the fact is, those questions need to be asked because that's the story that's out in the public domain. You know, those charges were leveled yesterday. It was asked of Kapil Mishra today that name the relative that you are accusing. And today he named the relative. It is unfortunate that the relative passed away in the morning, but that's what the AAP said. नाम बताओ relative का, बता दिया नाम उन्होंने. अब कह रहे हैं कि क्यों बता रहे हो नाम, वो तो आज सुबह उनकी डेथ हो गई है, बड़ा insensitive है, नहीं करना चाहिए आपको ऐसे. असीम अहमद खान साहब, आवाज आ रही है आपको?
जी बिल्कुल, डेथ हुई है तो जाहिर बात, जी मुझे आपकी आवाज आ रही है. डेथ हुई है, इसका हमें बहुत दुखद अफसोस है और एक दुखद समाचार है वाकई. मतलब लेकिन इस टाइम के जो हालात चल रहे हैं वो इतने ज़्यादा कंट्रोवर्शियल चल रहे हैं, तो इस बारे में अभी जो सब ये चीज़ें सामने आ रही हैं, लेकिन किसी की इन चीज़ों को किसी की मौत से जोड़कर नहीं देखा जा सकता. वो एक दुखद घटना घट गई. भगवान उनके सभी घर वालों को शांति, उनकी घर वालों को सबको संयम वो दे. और जैसा अभी मैं सुन रहा था कि यहाँ बात चल रही है, मैं सिर्फ मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
आशुतोष ने एक इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल पूछा. आशुतोष ने इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल पूछा कपिल मिश्रा से। वो ये कह रहे हैं कि अगर ये सब बातें सही थी, जब तक आप कैबिनेट में थे तब तक तो आपने पॉइंट्स रेज नहीं किए, अब केजरीवाल ने आपको कैबिनेट से हटा दिया, तब आप बोल रहे हो कि आपने केजरीवाल को पैसे लेते देखा, कि सत्येंद्र जैन के ब्रदर इन लॉ नहीं, केजरीवाल के ब्रदर इन लॉ को सत्येंद्र जैन ने फायदा पहुंचा। ये सब बातें आप अब कर रहे हो जब आप मिनिस्टर नहीं रहे। ये आप तो सही सवाल पूछ रहे हैं ना कि अगर कपिल मिश्रा इतने ही सब सही हैं, जब ये हो रहा था उनके आमने सामने, तब उन्होंने कुछ क्यों नहीं कहा?
देखिए, जैसा मेरी जानकारी में है, मैंने आपके मीडिया के चैनलों से उसको देखा है, तो कपिल मिश्रा जी ने कहा है कि ये 2 दिन पहले की घटना है, 2 दिन पहले ये सब हुआ है। तो अगर 2 दिन बाद ये चीज सामने आ रही है तो इतना बड़ा इशू नहीं है कि कोई भी चीज आदमी जब देखता है तो उसको बताने में, सोचने में, समझने में, एक इतने बड़े पद के ऊपर अगर कोई आदमी बैठा हुआ है तो 2 दिन तो कोई बहुत बड़ी चीज नहीं है। हाँ, अगर वो कहते हैं 2 साल पुरानी बात है तो फिर उनके ऊपर शक किया जा सकता था कि भाई आप 2 साल बाद अब इस इशू को लेके आ रहे हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा कि 2 दिन पहले ही ऐसा हुआ है। तो 2 दिन बाद आदमी को 1-2 दिन तो लगेंगे सोचने समझने के अंदर कि उसे क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। और अगर ये घटना हुई है, देखिए मैं नहीं जानता कि ये बात सच्ची है या झूठी है, लेकिन मैं सिर्फ इसमें एक क्वेश्चन ये करना चाहता हूं केजरीवाल साहब से कि आपके पैरामीटर सबके लिए अलग अलग क्यों हैं? आसिम अहमद खान के ऊपर एक इल्जाम लगता है।
आसिम अहमद खान साहब, क्या केजरीवाल ने पैसे मांगे, ये सब हुआ, क्या आपने कभी ऐसा कुछ देखा है होते हुए अपनी आंखों के सामने?
जी, मैंने देखा नहीं है, मुझसे खुद एक बार मांगे गए हैं। दिलीप पांडे जी ने मुझसे एक बार पैसे मांगे हैं, 5 करोड़ रुपए, एक केबल नेटवर्क खरीदने के लिए मुझसे 5 करोड़ रुपए मांगे गए थे, और जिसको कंफर्म करने के लिए मैं खुद केजरीवाल साहब से मिला था और मैंने उनसे कहा था कि मुझसे इस तरह से दिलीप पांडे जी 5 करोड़ रुपए मांग रहे हैं, तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? तो उन्होंने कहा था नहीं, आपको 5 करोड़ रुपए देने पड़ेंगे, जरूरी है। तो मैं इस बात को कैसे डिनाई कर दूं जब मुझसे डायरेक्टली खुद 5 करोड़ रुपए मांगे गए?
आप कह रहे हैं कि आपके साथ हुआ,
और मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि जब एक मंत्री पे आसिम खान पे इल्जाम लगा, जी हाँ, मुझसे मांगे गए थे 5 करोड़ रुपए, दिलीप पांडे जी ने मांगे, और मैंने उस बात को कंफर्म किया केजरीवाल साहब से जाके कि भाई ऐसे ऐसे मुझसे दिलीप पांडे जी 5 करोड़ रुपए मांग रहे हैं। तो उस पर केजरीवाल साहब ने मुझे जवाब ये दिया था कि हाँ, आपको ये पैसे देने पड़ेंगे।
नहीं तो क्यों मांग रहे थे आपसे ये पैसे?
और फिर मैं अब ये जानना चाहता हूं
नहीं, क्यों मांग रहे थे, क्या करना चाहते थे पैसे?
इनको एक केबल नेटवर्क खरीदना था। जब दिल्ली की, जी मैं वही बता रहा हूं, जब दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बनी तो दिल्ली सरकार का और मीडिया का काफी झगड़ा चल रहा था। तो उसके लिए मीडिया को कंट्रोल करने के लिए ये हुआ कि एक केबल नेटवर्क खरीदते हैं, और किसी एक केबल कंपनी से एक डील चली, उसके अंदर उस केबल नेटवर्क के 75% शेयर का सौदा 25 करोड़ रुपए में हुआ। वो 25 करोड़ रुपए हम 5 MLAs को करके देने थे। मुझे ये सारी बात दिलीप पांडे जी ने बताई कि हमने 25 करोड़ रुपए में किसी केबल नेटवर्क के 75% शेयर खरीदे हैं, जिससे हम मीडिया को
कैसे मांग रहे थे आपसे पैसे? और 5 क्या कह रहे थे कि वेबसाइट पे उनको डोनेशन चाहिए?
रुपए आपको देने?
नहीं, वेबसाइट पे उनको डोनेशन चाहिए था कि चेक के जरिए चाहिए था कि कैश में मांग रहे थे दिलीप पांडे आपसे पैसे?
नहीं, चेक और कैश की बात तो इसमें खैर नहीं हुई। मैं देखिए जो बात है वही बताऊंगा, लेकिन उन्होंने मुझसे कहा था कि 5 करोड़ रुपए आपको करके देने हैं, और बाकी 4 विधायक 5-5 करोड़ रुपए और दे रहे हैं, तो टोटल 25 करोड़ रुपए का हमें इंतजाम करना है केबल नेटवर्क खरीदने के लिए। ये बात सुनने के बाद जब मैं केजरीवाल साहब के पास गया और मैंने उनसे कहा कि ऐसे दिलीप पांडे जी ने मुझसे 5 करोड़ रुपए मांगे हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा हाँ, आपको ये पैसे, उन्होंने कहा आपको ये पैसे देने पड़ेंगे। फिर दूसरी बात ये आती है कि जब मैं 1-1.5 महीने तक ये चीज नहीं कर सका, पैसे नहीं दे सका, तो दिलीप पांडे जी मेरे पीछे हाथ धो के पड़ गए, मुझ पे प्रेशर बनाने लगे, मुझे गालियां बकने लगे, मुझसे बदतमीजी करने लगे, कहने लगे तुझे मंत्रालय से उठा के फेंक देंगे, हटा देंगे, तुम्हारी इतनी औकात नहीं है, तुम 5 करोड़ रुपए कहीं से भी करके लाओ। मतलब जितना वो मुझे बुरा भला कह सकते थे, हर दूसरे दिन मुझे फोन पे उल्टा सीधा बोलते थे, गालियां बकते थे। 2 वॉलंटियर्स परमानेंट मेरे पीछे लगा दिए, जो सुबह शाम मेरे घर पे आके 2 वॉलंटियर्स, जिसमें से एक का नाम है कपिल भारद्वाज और दूसरे का नाम है नीरज शर्मा, इन दोनों को मेरे पीछे लगा दिया। ये 2 घंटे रोज मंत्रालय में आके बैठ जाते थे मेरे पास, रात को 2 घंटे ऑफिस में आके बैठ जाते थे कि आप पैसे दो, कहीं से भी करो पैसे दो। इतना प्रेशराइज किया गया मुझे, और आखिर में जब पैसे नहीं दिए मैंने, तो इन लोगों ने, दिलीप पांडे ने, उन सब ने मिलकर एक ऐसी गेम बना के मुझे इस तरह से मतलब एक पॉलिटिकली डैमेज किया।
ओके, संबित पात्रा,
तो मैं आज ये जानना चाहता हूं, जब आसिम अहमद खान के ऊपर 6 लाख रुपए का आरोप लगा।
Here is an AAP leader, and I want to say this before Sambit Patra responds. I at this time don't know whether what Asim Ahmed Khan is saying is correct or not, but you've got an AAP leader himself alleging that Dilip Pandey Kejriwal associate asked for 5 crore rupees from him. Because he didn't pay, he was harassed, targeted. This is not Sambit Patra or Sanjay Jha saying this. This is an AAP leader. He's still one of Kejriwal's MLAs. He's on TV. He's saying that he was asking for this kind of money. Should this not be looked into, Sambit Patra?
No, definitely. And I'm astonished after hearing all this. This is, I can categorically say today that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is nothing but hypocrisy personified. I mean, this man came for alternative politics. Rather, I say he came on for alternative corruption. I have a question to the Aam Aadmi Party, in fact. Only after this MCD election debacle, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal himself and Mr. Manish Sisodiya, they came out. And what did they say? They said that we had fantastic work done for electricity and water supply across Delhi. And after all these great work that Aam Aadmi Party has done, how can we be defeated? It is most probably the EVM. And yesterday, Mr. Manish Sisodiya comes out and says that the water supply was in doldrums and that Mr. Kapil Mishra could not do the work properly. So I don't understand what is true. Only about a
when you listen to these charges by Asim Khan, AAP MLA saying that they asked for 5 crore rupees to buy a cable network. Why does AAP need to buy a cable network? And why are they asking for 5 crores each from all their MLAs? This is an MLA from the Kejriwal party. He's live on TV. He's leveling this charge, Sanjay Jha. This is astonishing.
Yeah, Rahul, I'm actually very astonished to hear these allegations. I mean, it almost looks like a mafioso hit-and-run style of management of AAP. I mean, why would a political party find a dubious means to extort money from its own members, to buy out a cable network, to manipulate media or whatever? I think it sounds extremely seedy and very unpalatable for any mature political party to do. And I think these are worrisome. I mean, it almost shows a very criminal mindset. I need to say that upfront, because no matter what the pressures, you can't stoop to some kind of a dangerous diabolical game where you are playing around with slush money, etc. Please remember that Mr. Khan has not said on your channel whether it was going to be cash or check. So you can probably kind of take away from that even the source could have been questionable. I think AAP has a lot to explain for. Clearly the cookie has crumbled, and Mr. Kejriwal will have to come publicly upfront, either accept responsibility and quit immediately, or quit anyway to allow for a free independent investigation. I think the credibility of AAP is at an all-time low, and I think it's a betrayal of the monumental faith that the people of Delhi gave him just 2 years ago. I think this is a historic letdown. In the midst of all of this
is this character Satyendra Jain, the Public Works Department Minister, another key Kejriwal associate. He is the one who's facing these very serious charges. Now, Satyendra Jain isn't coming on our camera and speaking to us, but we've been able to access a report put together by the probe investigating agencies where there's a provisional attachment order. Apparently, Satyendra Jain did a bit of a wadra where he picked up land in illegal colonies, and this land was bought keeping in mind a future scenario where that illegal colony would be authorized, and therefore land which otherwise wouldn't have been worth very much would suddenly be worth crores of rupees. This matter is being probed by the police, and they're looking at whether Satyendra Jain bought dozens of bighas of land in illegal colonies, and whether the idea was to make a killing by helping this get converted into proper bona fide land. Here's the story.
मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के घर पर देखा है, सत्येंद्र जैन जी 2 करोड़ रुपए अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को नगद देते हुए मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है.
Delhi's embattled government in a tense back and forth. A sacked minister claims to be an eyewitness to what he alleged was an act of corruption in the Kejriwal administration. Denials followed promptly. Kapil Mishra's allegations are under investigation. But they have turned the spotlight once again on CM Arvind Kejriwal's trusted lieutenant, Satyendra Jain, accused of giving 2 crore rupees to the chief minister in hard cash. This 51-year-old MLA holds as many as 7 portfolios in the Delhi government: health, industries, PWD, power, to name some.
But its role of Satyendra Jain as Urban Development Minister which brought him under the radar of Income Tax Department. The exclusive documents which has been procured by India Today, that he has been showing that how Satyendra Jain might have amassed a property worth rupees more than 16 crore through these deals.
Official documents with India Today indicate Satyendra Jain might have illegally amassed property worth more than 16 crores through various firms. He is under scrutiny for these estates. But Jain is no stranger to controversy. Part of 69 bighas at village Kerala valued at 6.89 crore rupees through Indo Metal Impex Private Limited. Part of 175 bighas at village Ochandi valued at 6.5 crores through Akinchan Developers Private Limited. Part of 108 bighas at village Kerala valued at 2.72 crores through Paryas Info Solutions Private Limited. Last year, income tax authorities sent him a notice over suspicions his company might have laundered money in 2011 to 12. Another money laundering case surfaced in 2015 to 16. The Delhi Health Minister was also accused of nepotism. His daughter resigned from a key health project after her appointment became a subject of inquiry. On every count, Satyendra Jain has denied wrongdoing. But the long list of accusations against him is growing longer. And the price, the Aam Aadmi Party's moral high ground. With Kumar Kunal in Delhi, your report, India Today.
What's happening right now is quite astonishing. I'm still reeling, trying to come to grips with what happened. We've just seen an AAP MLA come on live TV, announce before us that Kejriwal's associate Dilip Pandey asked for 5 crore rupees so they could buy a cable network. Now, we haven't heard from Dilip Pandey. This charge happened live. We didn't know that he'd be saying this. We'd called him to talk about the charges leveled by Kapil Mishra, but it essentially shows that something is very wrong at the core of the way the Aam Aadmi Party is being run at this time. Remember, these are not charges leveled by Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, Arun Jaitley or Manoj Tiwari. These are charges being leveled by people from within the Aam Aadmi Party, and Kejriwal is totally silent, seeing no reason to respond just yet. He says there will be a big political earthquake tomorrow when he speaks in the special session of the Delhi Assembly. You're with us live on the newsroom. Let's get you our next story about the NEET exam for medical courses. What happened in some centers in Kerala was that women were asked in one instance to take off their undergarment because of metal straps. Now, what the administrators were trying to ensure was that there'd be no cheating. But what happened on the ground seems to have inconvenienced students a lot. Here's the story.
Admit card, check. Aadhaar card, check. Families prayers for success, check. Sunday morning, over 11 lakh medical aspirants lined up outside exam centres across India to appear for the National Eligibility cum Entrance Test. Little did they know that their nightmare would begin even before they were handed the question papers. In Kerala's Kannur district, a female candidate, for instance, was forced to remove her bra. The reason? It had metal hooks.
My daughter was objected and sent back saying that the jeans has a button, metallic button, which has to be removed. The button was promptly removed and the daughter was sent again for the frisking. Again she was turned out saying that the jeans has pockets. The pockets could not be removed. The time was around 9:15, 9:20. Hardly any time was left. I was forced to run to a shop which is around 3 kilometers away and fetch a leggings for my daughter.
CBSE's bizarre no metal code to prevent cheating left lakhs of students shocked and harrowed. It meant that belts, shoes, jeans with metal buttons or anything metallic had no place in the exam hall. If that wasn't bizarre enough, students were seen tearing their shirt sleeves and resizing them to meet the exam demand. The students are livid.
Not appreciable. We didn't expect all these things. They said no need of metals, no need of earrings, everything. But all of the sudden, they also asked us to remove the stones in our dresses, which were really small. That made us more and more tensed about the exam.
The political opposition has latched on to the issue, batting for the distressed future doctors.
நீட் தேர்வே கூடாது என்பதுதான் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தினுடைய கொள்கை. அதுதான் தொடர்ந்து வலியுறுத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். இந்த நீட் தேர்வுக்காக வருகை தந்த மாணவர்கள் மாணவியர்கள் எந்த அளவிற்கு பல துன்பங்களுக்கும் தொல்லைகளுக்கும் அவமானப்படக்கூடிய அளவிற்கு ஆளாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள் என்பதை எண்ணி பார்க்கிற போது அதை வன்மையாக இதற்கு உரிய காரணமாக இருக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் மீது உரிய நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும்.
Police has foiled a paper leak attempt arresting 5 persons in Patna. From impersonations to paper leak attempts to protest against the exam in Tamil Nadu, NEET has been in the middle of the controversy for quite some time now. Though cheating menace is rampant in India, the question is whether the CBSE diktat will be a deterrent for the students. Priyambada in Chennai for India Today.
You're with us on the newsroom, and before we move any further, here's a look at some of the other big news headlines on the newsroom tonight. Special court has summoned Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh on the basis of a CBI charge sheet against him. The Himachal Chief Minister has been accused of amassing assets allegedly to the tune of 10 crore rupees. Tamil Nadu Finance Minister D. Jayakumar has visited the Vada Pilani fire incident victims at the hospital. He is assured that strict action will be taken against the ones responsible for the mishap. Temperature in Uttar Pradesh's Varanasi soared to 44 degrees Celsius, which is the hottest recorded day till now at this time in May. This is where we wrap up the newsroom tonight. I look forward to seeing you at 10 p.m. tomorrow evening with another action-packed edition of the newsroom. Till then, from all of us here on the newsroom team, goodbye, good night.